Welcome, everybody. We're the casual ones, and this is the Heists and Crimes of Juniper's Eye, episode, oh my god, 7?
Yep.
I just realized at this moment that I have no idea what episode number we're actually on. I think 7 is right. With me, we have the crew of Juniper's Eye. We got Xenon, the first mate / navigation / sometimes pilot. Finn, the most of the time pilot, somewhat shunned for some mysterious past. We got Oracle 12, won't say the full name. He's a motoric and mech aboard the ship, and mostly in charge of repairs. And is there another station that the
mechanic.
You haven't had the opportunity to take on anything else because the ship is in such disrepair. And then Umber, the sentient slime in a living terrarium, captain of the Juniper's Eye itself. This is the crew. Last we saw them, they made a jump with their newly installed point drive, taking off from a port off the coast of Saturn, with the message that somebody was onto their trail. And the Marion Curtis, who had given them a job, said that they need to get out of here stat. They got paid real good, did a little shopping when they landed in a different port that was a holographic theme park with no visitors, where they had to make a slight diplomacy mission into convincing the Charkine Fish King that it's okay if a theme park is more than just fantasy Lord of the Rings ripoff. You can do more with it. And so they delved into the mines with the help of a anti-Decilian alien with the ability to dive into the person's mind and change their mind literally as the crew presented arguments, in which they did. They changed the king's mind, prevented him from shutting down Ingenuity and changing the place potentially for the better, making it holographically customizable for every person to live through whatever fantasies they might want. And maybe adopt a Chuck E. Cheese monetization system.
I just wanted to add that the way we did this is by the movie Ender's Game, which is by far the worst idea we've ever come up with.
This is true.
And
Ender's Game was pitched, what was returned.
The book.
Yeah. He pitched the idea, forcing the book into the king's mind, but the king asked for a movie because Xenon convinced him that movies were real fiction too.
Yeah.
And so he combined...
Fucked that up, didn't you?
For better or for worse, combined your ideas into one.
Harrison Ford sealed the deal. And
Harrison Ford sealed the deal.
Ben Kingsley for a little while.
Added Butterfield.
Yeah.
Hey?
Ada? I don't know his first name. The really tall Ender's Game guy.
If his name is Asa Butterfield.
It might be, I'm so sorry.
Asa Butt.
And then as they were taking off, I believe you ran into Xenon. You guys ran into Imperial ships, which began to ask for you to stand down. You didn't. They did something saying that they got it and disconnected, where Xenon, you recognize that person to be your brother. An Adile within the Imperial structure, someone who's sent out for hunts specifically on the Imperial's behalf. And then you guys took off again in a somewhat random direction, just finding any point in the solar system where there wouldn't be mass you'd collide with. You took off, ending up near Venus. Your calculations weren't perfect. You dinged off a massive mining ship, scratching your fresh paint to Umber's dismay. And this is where we leave off. This is where we pick up. You are capturing yourself roiling through space after bouncing off a sudden ship in your viewport. But now you have full control and are able to go where you like. I guess as captain of the ship, Umber, what would you like to do?
Finn, we gotta make our way to Venus. Gotta get to that next mission. But please, just paint the ship, please.
Oh, sorry about that, Captain. But I think you've got some of your facts a little crossed. We're at Venus.
Yeah, and as you look out any of your
not
windows, you see Venus like filling the horizon of your ship's windows.
We're gonna
Now, I know generally
and move them over, just like look.
Sure, it's you don't gotta touch me. But yeah, Venus is here, which I believe, Xenon, if I'm not wrong, that's not where our job is.
No, that's correct. It was a good thought. Cap, but we are going to the edge of space, so just the opposite direction from
I'll
where
pull
we
my
are now.
notes. I have Venus right there. And you see that Venus is spelled completely wrong. It just has the V.
To be fair, Captain, I don't know what that says. So
Clearly
it could
so.
be anywhere. And do you see Venus? You want to go there?
Do we want to talk about why there were a bunch of Imperial ships chasing us? Do we want to? I didn't want to have to enact the Cole Protocol to get out of there, but luckily I've played a lot of very old games in my time, so I know that random jumps tend to lead you, away from people
Well,
chasing us. Who was that?
That was Imperial ships, and we did a crime, and they were coming after us.
Which crime?
The elevator thing. You did that, actually. Remember? The elevator. And...
You think that they sent Imperial ships because somebody... Really? That's your...
Well, you are... Are you not some sort of wanted man anyways?
No.
Okay, well, just checking.
Blacklisted, maybe, but not wanted.
Oh, over the comms real quick. What did we hit?
Just a little bump. It's okay, Oracle.
What do you mean we hit a
it.
bump in space?
The bump was in the form of a ship.
We hit a ship?
Yeah, but not hard.
Barely.
Fly better.
Fucking shut up.
The ships. Okay, is my brother. Which
Your
is
brother?
better than the alternative.
What's the alternative?
My dad.
Who the fuck are you?
I just have like a family that's, they're like really to like the letter of the law, and that's not for me. And so, but they want me to come home and go to school and learn how to be like, one of them. But like, I don't want to do that.
I'm going to move really close to Xenon. What is family like? Wide eye.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, Umber, it's not that great. I like the chosen family concept a lot more. You saw my brother. He's the dick.
Well, to be fair, I chose my family, and look at Finn. So I get it.
Yeah, we can choose you a different family, maybe, Cap.
I think I'd like that. I don't know,
Probably
look at Finn.
shouldn't stay here. In case they try to
Yes.
follow.
Gonna read my notes to a blank page. I remember now. Edelon.
And as
We're
you're
going
saying that,
there.
Oracle, specifically to you, the console at your screen, you just see exclamation marks with emanating red lines.
Oh god, no.
And then Finn, you
Yeah.
notice on your navigations disruption. And you know this to be the telltale sign of incoming point drive.
I'm pretty sure they're following us. Let's fire it up. Let's try to get out of here.
Let's
But
go.
if they can just keep tracking us, we're going to have a problem.
And those
Well, can we
exclamation
do-
marks on the mech side computer keep pinging. As
Can-
the first ship zips into view, an infinitely streamlined length of a ship that goes for light years long suddenly zips into a single point, and you see a ship on the horizon no more than a kilometer away.
Xenon, calculations now.
Yeah,
Can we get
Can we
some
do that
decipher
thing?
navigation rolls?
Yeah.
you betcha.
As they're doing that,
Mhm.
can we do what we did last time? Like, just turn off everything, and so we'd be like a ghost, like we did last time.
No, Cap, I don't think that's going to work. I'm pretty sure they're tracking us. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure they've like hacked our computers and they're just gonna know where we're going no matter what. So someone needs to solve that problem before we arrive.
Yeah.
Also, I rolled a natural one.
Okay.
Oh boy, I rolled an 18.
So we have one success on the navigation, one failure. After 3 of each, something happens, or the first third of one of those. But with the natural one, the world gets in action, and you notice that the ship that is landed, it turns on a dime. It's a small, like almost cylindrical type ship, and you can see it rotating through the sunlight against Venus as the backdrop, and you see it slowly rotating in your direction, and it begins to fire. Immediately, you see a red laser swirl up on the underside of the ship and make its way towards you. Can you, if you would like, make a finesse to roll out of the way?
Finesse, yes.
As Xenon, if you like, you can make a second navigation roll while that happens. And Oracle, you still see just a pinging exclamation marks.
Can I go on the terminal and like at least see if they've done something to our system so they're able to track us?
Yeah, run a decipher check as you check out what they may have done.
I rolled
And,
a 10.
A 10.
Hey, I also rolled a 10.
Oh no!
That's
So
not
that is a failure on both parts. You see one of these Imperial ships with a laser attachment take a shot, and it's going to do some damage. Let me roll here. So you take 5. I believe you guys did apply armor plating at your last stop.
Yes.
So you take 4. If you have energy and shielding, you can start to apply them from the mech bay. But at the moment, Oracle is tapping into the computer to figure out what's going wrong with that.
I'm going to run to the guns, but before I do, I'm going to use my captain's action.
Okay.
Team, we can't fuck this up, or else we're dead. Okay? Okay? I don't want to die. We got an important mission that we got to take care of. So, Xenon, use that brain of yours.
Roll
What do I
some leadership for me. Your most powerful stat.
14.
Okay, that's I believe that's a pass, right? For your skill. I don't know if you've got it on.
It says LDR 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was leadership. So there you go. You actually
so you
succeed.
I'm
So
also
Xenon,
surprised.
you get a
Firing is
+2.
ever, Cap.
You guys get a plus. What was it? A plus. To grant a +2 to the crew they're helping, +1 for each +4 above their test. So if you get a +4, you get 1.
Yeah, but that's on your leadership roll. So you didn't hit
okay.
high enough
Yeah,
on your
that's right.
leadership. You weren't like
Okay.
crazy inspiring. You're just kind of inspiring.
So we
Okay,
both
so you
get a
guys get a
+2?
+2. Yeah.
Mhm.
If it's for whoever's in the area, yeah, and you guys are kind of sharing the bridge area of the ship.
Sure.
But Oracle obviously wouldn't be getting that because Umber's not with him.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Since the systems have been upgraded,
Mhm.
is it considered a new machine for him? For Gearhead?
You know what? Yes. Yeah, they are significantly different.
Okay, well, that's good because I rolled a 5.
Oh no.
And that's a natural
Gearhead-
20.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gearhead gives you advantage, right?
Yes.
On new machines.
Yes,
So
so
yeah, nat
natural
20.
20.
So in this moment, yeah, double effectiveness. As you're looking through deciphering this, you realize that these exclamation pings are matching incoming ships and that there are 4 more following. And as you're figuring this out, you guys on your displays see that second zip in a half kilometer away from the first, kind of figuring itself out navigationally as that other shot came at you. Reduce your, one of you should manage the ship's health and reduce that by the 4 I think you took. And then Oracle, you also see as those exclamation marks fade away as they're as the information that they're hiding becomes unveiled to you. You discover that there is in the usual console text that you would see the machine speaking with you or giving you diagnosis, that there is something illegible at the moment working its way through the background. And you see that there, with a nat 20, you're able to figure out that this means it also would like you to jump. Whatever this is that's communicating back with you would like you to leave.
Okay.
And you know that this also will help with the next point drive jump that you make. And while that's unknown to the people in the cabin, there is something aiding the drive into going in a specific direction. And so Xenon and Finn, you failed to roll out of the way of the attack
Sure did.
for that one.
Mhm.
But as a Umber, you're taking over the gunship, right? So you did your leadership. So we'll do a new roll together as everyone. The second ship is now part of the combat, and so both of them will be firing upon you. And let's see, Finn, you have to make 2 defense rolls as you're doing that.
Okay. And
and
what am I
then
rolling for? Is it?
It's finesse to
finesse.
evade, and then you'll be able to act as well.
Fucking hell. First one is a 5.
Okay.
Second one is a 6.
Yeah. Level
I
up.
haven't rolled above a 7 yet. And yeah, I did actually level up.
Okay, so you take 3 damage.
Yep.
So whoever, maybe Umber, you should manage the ship, or somebody's doing it. But
Yeah, Umber, you got it.
and the second one is 6. So let me know if you need those damage numbers again.
Yeah, what were they? Sorry, I don't think we ever had the full integrity written down.
I see.
I'm looking up what the ship's health and stuff
15.
is.
Integrity starts at 15.
All right.
Yeah.
The first one was 4 damage
Okay.
Yeah.
after the armor reduction.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 and 6, but I didn't do armor reduction on those.
So we have 2 left.
11 total.
We took 11, so we have 4. Okay, sweet.
I'm gonna fire back when it's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could start with you, and then you guys can jump in however you feel. Like if you want to wait last in your crew, you definitely can do it however you like. But yeah, Umber, you are taking a fire. You're taking a shot with your ships. Your ranged weapons that you've got. Are you in the first or second ship that arrived?
The first one, because they shot twice.
Okay. Make that shot. That'll be, I believe, also a finesse roll with your ranged weapons.
16.
Okay, 16 will hit. Roll your ship's damage.
That's a D4, right?
Yeah, you guys ever upgraded that?
Yeah. No. Okay.
And if you would like to, you can add 1 resource to add an additional die. So as a crew, you can discuss how many resources you have left. These are used for your shielding and all the other things you might want to use, but they are just part of your actions. So you can use an additional resource and more than that if you would like. But it's totally up to you guys.
No. I'll just keep it at the 2. So I did 2 damage, and then in the comms, all you hear is pew 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 pew.
All right.
Cappy, we got you.
We might
Yes. Okay.
want you on the shields instead of the. I don't think we're gonna take down Imperial ships in this ship.
Oh yeah. Then
Why
I can
aren't
only
we
do one thing
leaving?
at a time, and I'm gonna
Right,
run to the shield.
That's
You need
I
to go
shields.
now.
Yeah, I think in your ship, the shields are done from the mech bay anyway. So
Okay.
Oracle can at any time apply shieldings, unless he's doing something else. But
Okay.
We didn't remove the trace, did we?
at this
No, I don't.
moment, you haven't
Okay.
found the trace itself. But Oracle, you did get a bonus action. Like you get a second action
Oh.
with your nat 20 anyway. So if
Okay.
you would like to look into that further, you definitely
Sure.
can.
Is it Decipher still?
Yeah.
Is it still at advantage or no?
I would say for this combat it is, because you're still
Okay.
figuring things out. But after this, likely you'll become familiarized with the new
Okay.
ship.
Wow, I rolled 2 6s. So it's an 8.
Okay.
Why
Yeah,
are
you.
we so lucky?
The only thing that you're able to discern as this like secondary, like you're used to how the computer interacts with you, and you are definitely getting like a second voice from it. That it's like it's deeper and it's more reflexive. And the only thing that you're able to discern for sure is that there definitely is some kind of trace in the system. You can tell that it is sending more signals than it should, and those are being picked up. And that is it. And then, so Xenon, Finn, and Oracle, you all have one action before the second ship will fire.
Yeah, I did my decipher roll already to keep calculating. I got
Okay.
a 19.
Okay, so
I got
that's
a 22.
okay. So you're both doing navigation checks. Okay,
Yeah, trying to get
Okay.
the fuck out of here.
I think that's 3 successes then. Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. With 2 failures, so that was really close. Okay, so yeah, you see the point drive light up. Oracle, from your perspective, the whole pink glow shoots out for the mech bay, warms anywhere that it can see the light, and you have, I guess, one action.
Okay.
Still
Can I-
waiting.
Try and find which system has or is like giving them information and shut it down.
Okay. As you see, like the beginnings of the drive begin, make one more decipher check with advantage.
Buddy.
Making that leap toward
18?
Eidolon. 18. At that last second, you do as you're tracking through, you see this secondary voice in this computer guiding you through its systems, and you see that there is a tracer program in the system, and you've located it, and it is very active, and it's going to take some time to shut this thing down, but you found it. And,
Okay.
and then the ship takes off. And as you're flying through space, you know that this is going to take. Generally, when you take a point drive, time gets a little wonky. Things aren't always linear because the ship is constantly checking its point of arrival against different gravitational masses, and all this crazy science that the navigation checks that you guys roll help you not, implode on arrival when you're inside of something else.
Always good.
Yeah, and in your last check, you almost had a witness with that, where you bounced off of something with a decent enough roll to not be inside it. And as you're going through space, you have maybe a few moments here as a crew if there's anything you would like to do. Let's say maybe an action or two each, but yeah, whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, I'll hop on the comms. I'll say, "Hey, Oracle, do we know if they're going to be able to follow us where we're going?
I found the problem. Working on it.
Do you need a hand? I was pretty good at working the computers on our last job. But
Give me a second, but sure.
all right,
I'm already here. You just hear just.
Oh, actually, Umber, I need you for something on deck.
Uh-oh.
Come on! Just.
Hurries right back. Yeah.
Can I try and have it so the signal that's being sent is like giving it false information before I try and turn it off?
Okay, I would say because of your really high rolls, you know that when you took off, if you had disabled it before you took off, you definitely wouldn't have given away your potential next position. But because you took off and it wasn't disabled, very likely, just like the last time they were able to track you, it's already sent. That information is too late. But that doesn't mean you won't be able to disable it now. So you can definitely start working on that. And this will be similar to how Finn's hacking check went in your previous heist. There are many layers you're going to have to get through to fully disable this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can make the first attempt now. It'll continue to be decipher with advantage for the next foreseeable little bit.
18.
18. Yeah, as you work your first way, like similar to before with the firewalls, you're able to find the exact systems that this is affecting and how it's using your scanner as a system to propagate its information to whoever it is that's tracking you. And it's not tracked during your travel to the point drive, but your coordinates were already sent before they left.
Okay.
And so you're able to get your way in there. And this is going to take several minutes of you working your way through this first check. So while you guys are traveling, is there anything the rest of you would like to do?
if I can help him in some way, I'm happy to try to get all hackers on this.
Yeah, so I think the only downside is that you potentially would be, because this is his station, and it's not specifically one in the ship that you're trained for, you wouldn't be able to use bonuses. And potentially even at disadvantage, I think, is if it's not your station specifically.
Okay, I didn't know if it was one of those things where we'd be able to access it from like whatever computer.
Yeah, you could definitely access it. It's more that you just haven't spent the time on this ship's computer.
Got it.
In that it's a mechanical sense, right? It's like the under systems, like the subsystems, like and it's just not part of your day to day. But as you were to, if you make these attempts, that disadvantage system would fade away as you get familiar with the system again.
Fair.
But yeah, you could definitely make an attempt. It doesn't necessarily
Can
hurt.
I say something quickly
Mhm.
over comms? Ben and Xenon, can you guys give me legitimate coordinates to go elsewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Where elsewhere? Like
Doesn't
how
matter.
far away? Anywhere? Okay.
Not close. A jump.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's already sent our information, but if we have it send off false coordinates when we arrive and we hide, maybe they'll leave.
Could try to use
Yeah.
the decoy as well for that then. That might help.
Well,
I
I
would
want jump
say-
coordinates.
Okay.
But first, Finn, you know that you have to arrive there now. This is locked in.
Yeah.
So it would be once you arrive. But I would say mark the 2 resources for the jump itself,
I
so
already
that
did.
these costs are calculated, and know that it could take. It'll take 2 more resources to make another jump when you land. Just so you're
I'm not talking about doing an actual jump though. I just want coordinates that I can
Yeah.
send.
I see.
He
I
wants
see.
to feed false jump
Right,
information
right.
and then like
I got
go hide behind an asteroid or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. And yeah, as you guys are zipping towards your destination, is there anything Xenon Umber you would like to do in this moment? I don't know if you guys have repairs or anything you could do for your ship in a situation like this, but
I don't think so.
We do have a repairs
like the
area.
We
Like-
do have the repairs.
Yeah, we do actually. Yeah.
Do we have
That's right.
anything we need to repair right now?
Well, we're down to 4 out of 15 health on our ship.
Oh,
so-
right. I see what you're saying.
yeah, like the
Would we be able? Would we be able to do that, Aaron, or would that be like a mechanical thing?
It would depend on if like who dubbed it theirs. Like you guys have to claim stations. At most, 2 of you can claim a station, but it has to belong to one of you. So, and that's
Okay.
how we lock in that your roles are important for the station. So,
okay.
Yeah, maybe I can work on that, Cap.
Sure, I'm gonna get you some tools, and I'm gonna run
Okay,
back downstairs. Just
Oh,
what?
nothing.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go down the ladder and just try to find something.
I'm gonna turn to Xenon and just be like, are you just keeping away from touching anything on the ship? Because honestly, I love this plan. I think
Yeah,
it's
I was gonna
fantastic.
ask him to just find a pencil that I dropped, but this seems working too.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's good. All right.
Okay, so Umber, you're just looking for something helpful. Is that what the
Yeah.
category is? All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
something.
make a decipher check, and see what you're finding.
Sure. Can you check the crates to see if there's a new captain anywhere? Or...
That's a 2.
Yeah.
That's
no new captain in that.
As
box.
you're working your way through the cargo area, for a split second, you see the shadow of something, no more than 6 inches high, slip off into one of the corners.
I'm
And
gonna follow.
I would like to say, which of you are now the repairs crew? Up to 2 of you could be for that,
I will for sure.
because I don't think we ever locked that down before. May as well do
No.
that.
I
So
have
what's
the
that?
mechanic role, but somebody else wants to help with it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Mechanic as a role adds +2
Yeah,
to
it's also-
repairs and stuff. So if you guys want to leave to Oracle, you can. But if you want to just go for it, up to you. Yeah, if you guys are looking to do repairs, you can make that action. Whoever's doing it, so let me know.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, you will be able to add. So this is kind of how you imagine you have knowledge of ships. So you can make the argument on what skill you can roll.
I see.
This has to make sense.
Agility.
Yeah, I feel like all of her knowledge of ships is like from books and studying and stuff. It's very limited, like applied knowledge.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts to you as either knowledge or decipher.
Yeah, I would say you could probably use either one. I think that's pretty fair to like, even having read up on it, know how to handle it in this situation. So decipher works too, but whichever you like.
Okay, let's do that. 17.
17. Okay, so for the, unfortunately, you're not the mechanic. That would have given you additional healing if you had the mechanic roll. But you are able to use the repair station. So mark 1 resource and you can heal. It is a D4 of healing. Return to the ship for the 1 resource.
For a 3 round.
Yeah. So you won't be able to do it again for a little bit. The other option is you can continue to use resources, but then you lose resources. So
Yeah, we don't have a lot of those left, but I rolled a
Yeah.
2, guys.
all right, every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
a starting repair kit, and you're not even a mech, so yeah, it's not too bad. So yeah, I think at this point, if there's anything you would like to do, you're about to approach your destination. Is there any one last thing before we go?
Do we have the fake coordinates yet?
I'm gonna try to grab some of those for him.
Okay, yeah, make just a decipher roll to figure out based on where you land, where it would be reasonable to go, that kind of thing.
Over an 11. Come on.
Okay.
7.
What the hell?
Oracle, you are given coordinates.
These are perfect in every way.
Okay, perfect.
If we have time, I'm gonna follow that shadow, but it's up to you.
Yeah, no, yeah, you take off down towards the cargo bay, one of the side hubs, and inside, again, right as you enter that room, moving to the right into the shadow, something slips away. And at this moment, we also arrive at the destination.
Do I have to like isolate the like hack they put in and then upload the coordinates?
Yeah, so you know that there will be at least 2 more layers to get through, and then you have control over whatever this thing is.
Okay.
So as we land, yeah, you can make another decipher check to work your way through that system.
14?
14, yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, you're able to get through a second layer of it. You're gaining slowly little bits of administration access type thing, and you see that second voice in the computer is helping guide you towards this thing, and those exclamations with pings wrap itself around this system that is infected. And again, this will take a few more minutes as you're working your way through into the next level of this. And as you guys arrive, you now see, compared to the previous destinations where most of the time you would land within view of a planet, you see intense darkness through any of the viewports on the ship. Even on your navigation systems, there's almost nothing pinging in the array. And in the distance, through like just looking out with your eyes, you can see a small pinpoint of light in one of the directions. And from here, you see what is known as Kronos, one of the known as feral black holes that ripped open into the solar system many hundred years ago. You see it floating there with the small planet of Neptune slowly being whisked away and eaten by this thing over the last several centuries. This small mote of dust. And you know that your destination, Xenon, from the job that you received, is somewhere in this vicinity. As you look up the information, you know that you have to find a station called Protest Station, and I can send that to you with some of this information here. And that there is a station somewhere hiding out in this black hole that you will now have coordinates for. And let me send that to you with some of the details.
Cool.
So as I'm working away at this, I just quickly say on the comms, when I say so, we have to go dark.
Okay.
You
Do
ready?
we need to try to get away first? Do you want to?
Got a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
just try to punch it forward, I guess. They're not tracking us anymore, correct?
Yes, they are.
There.
We
But
haven't.
they'll track the jump, and we'll go dark.
Okay. All right.
And Finn, you know how this could work is that once they arrive, they'll be able to pick up. They've tracked you. They're on their way, same as you are. So they'll arrive and then begin to continue hacking you as well.
Yep.
So assuming you're still here, or the system is broken, that's totally an option too. Like once it's broken, then you're just here, and they
Yep.
don't know where you are. So yeah, so are you making your way towards Xenon? You have this information, so up to you if you're pushing this as the direction. that you're going.
Yeah, I'll say Oracle. So I know where we need to go for this job, but should we go dark first?
Well, up to you.
Okay. Well, maybe just better safe than sorry. Maybe we just shut everything off, wait a little bit, and if they don't come, then we can go forward. I don't like making decisions without the captain. It stresses me out.
All you hear from the scream is, "Oh my! What is that?" Ah! And I just go silent.
What? Are we concerned about that, or are we just?
Is it Jack?
I don't know. It's huge. It's huge. There's something down here.
And I guess we can cut to Umber. You work your way through some of the cargo bay areas, and as you turn into the system, turn down into one of these hallways, you do see something lunge at your face. Can you give me a finesse roll?
Oh no, not my goo.
Oh, my sweet, sweet
Damn
kid.
it. That's a 4.
You see a metallic-like tendril pop through the membrane of your head and work its way actually towards your goo. Before you see a segmented snake-like body wrap its way down you, and suddenly, as its body wraps down yours, some of the metal of its body makes contact with the metal of your body, and you see a slight spark. And the head of this thing pulls out from your membrane and works its way down to the metal of your body, and begins to use this corkscrew-like tongue to peel off a very thin layer of the metal, and it's working its way around your body. And in this dark, you see 3 black eyes begin to spark up as it takes in nutrients. And whether or not Umber remembers, this is indeed Jack, who's just been left to his own devices and worked his way out of the cargo thing that you guys shoddily made when you found him.
Out of the silence, he's eating me! Oh, he's eating me!
Cap, calm down. Are you okay?
Jack is eating me!
Oh, Jack, right.
I thought we left him behind, didn't we?
I'm sure he followed us back.
Huh? Fair.
I'll get him something to eat. Umber, just feed him, okay?
Well,
He's eating me!
Okay, well that's a good start.
I'm gonna run to Oracle.
Yeah.
I muted.
Oracle,
the
help
comm,
me!
Yeah,
like, as soon as you started screaming.
it's distracting. Yeah, okay, so Oracle, you begin running your way toward the mech bay where Oracle is. But Oracle, you are working at this system. Can you make another decipher check and see if you're able to make it through the next level of this
13.
thing? 13. It's real close. You know that you are just peeling through a little bit. You're able to get through one of these layers, and then you feel like a security gate come down inside this program itself. And you're not completely routed, but it's low enough to activate what it would know as like a probing test from you. And you are pushed back out of the program a little bit. And you
So
see
that's
that
a failure
secondary
then?
voice. It's right on the dot. So it's a mixed success at this point. And you can see that secondary voice within the computer. It's helping you as it navigates around this new security blockade in your way. And Xenon, are you pressing for the ship to go dark?
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin to shut down your systems. Finn, if you're following suit, you can do the same.
Yeah.
And Oracle, you get that on your display that the systems are going dark. Up to you if you would like to also shut down the engine room, the point drive, with the caveat that you know that it will take several minutes for the point drive itself to warm up again.
No, I start shutting everything down as best I can on top of still trying to work through this hack.
Yeah, so you're working through this system. And now, are you turning off your short-range scanner that it is using to feed the fake signal?
That'll be the last thing I turn off.
Okay, so, but are you turning it off? Because I would say you would know with your higher rolls before that this thing, as it's being turned off, would send that distress signal for whoever when they arrive to catch. So
Okay.
there is
Well, I
there's a
do
chance
want
of
it to send false information.
Well, once you get into it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can turn off power anytime, but you know from your probes before that this would send off one last thing saying that the system was turned off.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. I'll leave it on for now.
Yeah. You can leave the internal computers off. Like that doesn't always conflict with going dark, but unfortunately know that the scanner is still active, and that'll make things easier for people to find you. But each system off helps. So everything slowly goes dark. The engine and the point drive go to a slow turning rumble. And Umber, you come panicking, running into the mech bay where Oracle is very highly focused on the console in front of him. And at this point, you have taken 1 point of damage as it's peeling away almost like a 6-inch gap across your chest, just on a surface layer. But this is weakening your body's integrity itself. So just mark 1. And what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna run to Oracle. It's eating me. My hands just can't grab it. See the gash? Help me! Help me! And I'm just gonna shake him.
While I'm still typing away, I just look away from the monitor at him. Eat him one of the cables. It's
I'm just gonna like panic. I'm like looking at Jack, like, why is nobody helping me?
And I just point at the bench that's got like the spare parts,
Yeah.
a loose cable.
Okay. I'm just gonna like, not even really looking at the table, just feeding it stuff. Like, take this, take this, take this.
Yeah, make a finesse or strength roll for me here.
That's a 13.
Yeah, okay. You are able to work one of these cables into like its mouth area and distract it like a baby taking on a new novel toy, and it starts to wrap itself around the cable instead and starts stripping off that rubber layer, getting in there. It's ruining one of your new cables, but at least it's not eating your literal chest anymore. And so it begins to very pacified just eat at one of these cables.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking towards the airlock.
Okay. And he makes his way towards the airlock. All right. So Xenon and Finn, you guys have gone dark. Is there anything you would like to do in this moment, or are you just kind of waiting for the go ahead from Oracle?
I'm just gonna grab a snack.
All right.
I ain't got nothing else to do, so just gonna, grab some of my cheeses, just start cutting them up, make a little charcuterie board.
There you go.
Little something to snack on while we wait and see if we're all gonna die or not.
A last meal, a prisoner's last meal.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from you, Xenon?
No, I'm just waiting for Umber to bring Jack to me.
That'll happen as expected. Okay, so Oracle, the ship has gone mostly dark, and you are hoping to get this thing shut down before the ships arrive, which is going to be mere moments from now, knowing how long it took you guys. 17. You're able to work your way through that security barrier, and this is going to take another few minutes. So at this point, I'm going to roll a d4, and that's how soon they will be arriving. Okay. And you know that you'll have, depending on if this is above or below half, that you'll either have the time for the next roll or not. This is 1. So they're going to roll in 1 minute, and you know that it's going to take at least 3 for you to get through and upload those fake numbers.
Okay.
So you got 1 minute. You can still keep working on it by an advantage, or you got 1 minute ahead of your enemies who are showing up.
Yeah.
To make any other decision.
If you just go completely dark, they'll have a hard time finding us, but... Ugh. Yeah. Based on that, I just shut everything down.
Okay. You're going to go full dark and send the power off signal as part of like the system's last ditch effort to find you.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, you see even like the sublights kind of turn off. Everything, it's just life support now as everything powers off. Without warning from Oracle, everything becomes totally dark. At this point, even your communications will be off. So this is life support. There is nothing else that would be possible to pick up through radio waves or anything. If you'd like to talk to each other, just go talk to each other. That's totally allowed. But you are pretty much running on just life support. And over the next few minutes, you're awaiting the arrival, right? None of you have anything in this moment.
I will look sideways over at Xenon and hand out the cheese platter towards her as I turn my chair slowly.
I make my way up to the bridge.
I don't. Do you have like
fuck off.
American slices?
Some craft singles.
Try to get some fucking craft singles. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, those are my favorite cheese.
The craft singles, like a Twinkie, they stopped being mass produced like 500 years ago,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
still there.
Still
Yeah, you
many.
can still get them.
Yeah.
Closest
Yeah,
thing
they
you got
don't
to real
expire.
cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. And as Oracle, you make your way up to the bridge. Through the viewports, you guys are looking nervously, trying to see if any of these ships are arriving, as the Imperial forces that followed you should be arriving any moment. Umber, if you would like to, you're moving your way to the airlock.
Yeah, like as the lights go down, I'm just going to just imagine the door's going to open, just poof. Ow!
Yeah, automatic door is no longer working. You can go manual if you like, but you are confronted with a still door.
Oh, I'm gonna like talk to the comms, but I don't know if they turned off. I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah, as soon as you hit it, like that spark that says like comms working, nothing. You get no feedback at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna just manually crank the door open. At least that first door.
Yeah, you crank the door open, work your way inside, crank it closed, and then from here it is like a full-on physical release, if you would like, with the full vacuum of space being the only thing beyond, and nothing to keep you to it either. You are fully in a room next to empty space. So if you would like to, you can try and open the the evacuation door, basically,
God,
and see what happens.
can you not give him ideas to kill us all?
I'm just gonna hold Jack to like the door, and just, if you eat me again, I'm gonna put you out there. Is there a window?
Yeah, there's like a little rectangular window that slides across. You can
Okay.
see the,
Yeah, I'm just gonna have it like look outside.
Mm.
I mean, like look at a star. That'll be you. That'll be you.
And you do see its three eyes kind of flick in your direction while its head doesn't move, and you still see it nibbling at some of the cable, peeling off like a corkscrew of metal into its mouth, and then the eyes go back to the cable.
Glad we are in an understanding. At least somebody understand. And I'm gonna like put it on my shoulder with the wire, with the cable.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and start cranking the door open and coming back in.
All right. Yeah. You begin to open the gate, close it behind you, and make your way to the bridge as well. And in that moment, as you guys are just waited, maybe eating cheese, looking through the
One of us is.
through the port windows, can each of you make a decipher or awareness check for me to see if you're able to spot anything
I'll
going on out there?
try, but so far, that's a natural one. Get fucked.
Natural one. The cheese is really good.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm in this brie so deep right now.
Yeah.
I'm so deep into this fucking brie. It's crazy.
19.
19. Anybody else?
I was a 7.
7's not so good.
I'm just going up the ladder.
yeah.
see
You don't see anything. You're just focusing on this little Jack eating away at the middle. And so, what was yours, Oracle?
12.
12. Okay. So first, Xenon, you notice that just on the outline of this black hole, just along one of its rims, a small black pixel dots out. And then a moment later, a second, and a third. And at this point, Oracle, you see them as well, as 4 and now 5 individual dots appear silhouetted against the dark ring of the black hole, Cronus, in the distance. And at the moment, Oracle, make a decipher check for me.
Okay. 13.
With a 13, you're pretty certain at the speed at which radio waves travel, emanating from your ship, that last distress call at the distance that they're at has like a 50-50 chance of reaching them before the signals move beyond them and they're not able to reach it. And at this point, you're unsure if they have an idea of your current coordinates as you guys drift through the dark. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Try deeply.
Betty got a coin.
What?
We use credits now.
Oh, it's not like that old. That's like ancient technology, no?
Yeah. These
Currency.
didn't.
I don't.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Like back when you
What
actually
do you
had to
need to-
carry physical currency. Didn't they
Yeah.
get rid of that in like the late 2000s?
Yeah, like 2008.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Oracle, what do you want a coin for?
It's a toss-up to see if they know we're hearing that.
Oh, I can just, do the math instead, but.
Okay. I shut it off. Think for a second. 62 seconds ago.
Okay, you give her an exact time. Xenon, if you like, you can make a decipher check as well. Navigational math
Sure.
is kind of your thing.
Yeah. Math
What
is
is
my
this?
favorite.
I'm gonna sit down and be like, you know what my favorite number is? 102.
It's a good, strong number.
I only got a 7. Ugh.
Yeah, you're just not sure. You're trying to calculate like visually, like how far are they, and without like some actual triangulation point, because it's just 5 points in the distance. Like you're not sure. It's really a toss up at this moment. But then something answers as you notice that those 5 dots become slightly, slightly larger as they kind of conglomerate around each other, and you swear as you're squinting at them that they are moving very, very quickly in your direction.
Well,
What? Cap, what do we do?
Well,
Like-
man I bought this ship from did tell me there is a detonation button in this hall somewhere.
Hmm.
I've never found it, and I don't know if it works, but
I think you should keep not finding it.
I might have
To
come
be
across
honest,
it.
Oh no.
well, that will be plan C. We'll just keep your finger over the button.
Plan B or F, maybe.
Yeah, well, let me think. We can do a trade. We can give Jack to them, you know?
They're not gonna take Jack for all of us.
Well, how much money do we have?
Not
No,
enough.
They don't care. They just
We could
Well,
just give
maybe it'll
them
be enough.
Xenon. Isn't that's what
maybe
they're
we
here
can
for?
just give them you.
I don't think they want me.
Sure, why wouldn't they? They just want someone.
Because didn't you say that that's your family? Why would
I
they want?
don't know. They just want someone to hold accountable for all this mayhem on
Eh,
the.
Am I turning systems back on or not, Captain? Because we're burning daylight here.
How long does that take?
Won't be able to do the point drive in time. But everything else
maybe
can
get-
come up.
Can I look outside? Is there anything out here that we could try to like maneuver around or
Yeah,
try
make
to
an
get
awareness
away
check
from?
for me.
I'm good at that. 13.
13. As you're kind of scanning, the horizon of space from your perspective, one thing does catch your eye is those 5 dots are moving their way kind of out of the light of the black holes, like event horizon. You see that they are changing direction. And they continue
okay.
changing direction.
I'm gonna like Zeno, come here.
Yeah, what's up, Cap? Jack!
Does it look like
Yeah, you just see Jack hungrily eating one of these cables on his shoulder.
Jack's been a bad boy? Just gonna. Does it look like they're moving away from us? And like my eyes would be like at the very edge of the goop.
Yeah, and you can see right as they're trickling out of the light of the event horizon that they are very distinctly moving like laterally, like not towards you at all.
Yeah, Cap, I think that we did it.
Oh, good. Your brother's done.
Yeah, well, not really. He's kind of the smartest one in the family, but
I don't think so.
Do you think that he would meet us at the place we're going? I mean,
I
there's
don't
not
know.
much out here.
I think we just wait a little bit, and then we can quietly turn the ship back on, and we can go to the port.
I like that. And I'm
Oracle
gonna
did a
like
good
look
job.
at him.
Give him a few stars.
Not necessary.
Ah,
If
jeez.
need be, though, you all might want to suit up, because like we can turn life support off to make it even harder to find us.
Can I'm just gonna point to my wound.
Well, actually,
this affect
could the
me?
other 3 that aren't Umber make an awareness check?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness check. Awareness check.
Well,
Also 12.
15.
Yeah, you all,
16.
as Umber begins to talk, look at him and notice that there is a perforated hole in the membrane of his head. and he is no longer vacuum sealed.
Oh, Cap.
Do you have a spare head?
Head?
Do you rust
No.
if you're exposed to air for too long?
I mean, I've been alive this whole time, and no, I don't see any rust spots. I don't think so.
Is
Just,
he
like, looking
leaking
over-
out of this hole?
No, it's almost like in the middle of his head. Like
It's like the
his
this is the
slime hangs
Martian.
low. Yeah, and he's just like right in the middle. There's a hole. Umber,
I
can
saw
you
this
make
in a movie
a
once with
knowledge
duct
test
tape
for
on
me?
it.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
That's what fucking.
That's a 4.
yeah. All you get is like this flicker in your mind of being in an airlock, the vastness of space with a little hole in the middle of your head, and then that imagery goes away. Finn, can you also make an awareness check for me?
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Let's see. It's fucking 21.
You notice that in the distance, and some of the starlight, some of them are twinkling out, and you notice slowly on looking at Neptune, you can see that some of them are circling around, and you can tell that these are the ships that landed, and they are moving towards an area far in the distance, nowhere near the black hole's pole, but circling far off towards the edge of Neptune.
So would I feel confident they're far enough away that we could turn on things and we wouldn't be fucked?
Yeah, with an successful roll there, you're pretty aware that like the only downside is that once you turn all those systems back on, which you'll require,
Mhm.
Oracle's problem will also return, but you'll have time. You'll have time to work with it now.
So a couple things that I'm thinking of. The ships are definitely far enough away that we can turn everything back on. That being said, if our antennas sending things out, then we're going to have a problem. But Oracle, if you disable the antenna before we turn everything back on, nothing can get sent.
Yeah. I don't have to turn on the comms array. At least
Yeah.
not until I deal with the virus they happily gave us.
Sure. Now, would I know? Would that fuck my navigation up though if the comms are off?
Yeah, because it's just the shortwave scanner that you guys have. It's
Okay.
the only system you have. But you also know that you're just looking for a small port near here, so that may not
Yeah.
be the worst thing ever.
But space debris.
But
Okay.
space, there's space.
There are rocks everywhere.
Yeah.
I
One
started
thing
making
I've
my
learned-
way down to the engine room to
Okay.
go turn stuff back on.
All right.
I'm gonna go lay down to fix my hole.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
How'd you say it like
Your
that?
damage.
I'm gonna go lay down to fix my hole. You fucker. God damn it.
His gaping hole.
Oh, God help us.
This
We're
was-
too far from God's light.
His whispering eye.
Oracle, as you make your way towards those systems, you guys are slowly bringing on the most basic systems. Is there anything that the others would like to do as Oracle's going to dive back in and work on that virus issue?
I'll start.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna. Xenon, you're in charge until I fix this. I'm still like pushing it together as
Yeah.
I walk through the room.
Okay.
All right, Cap. Good luck. Finn, I'm not really in charge. Just
Yeah, no, I know. Don't worry. All right. So.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, no. All right. So, okay, I think I can start flying us in that direction slowly. Just, we're gonna have to be extra mindful because if anything comes flying at us, we won't know it's coming. This is
All right.
not a 360-degree window, so good luck us.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Great.
I'll start firing it towards where I think we need to go.
Yeah.
Ballpark?
Yeah, I would say make like you're not going quick, you're not going
Yeah.
evasive. So this is just going to be like a decipher check to
Cool.
kind of ballpark whereabouts would be a safe direction.
7.
So you don't feel confident, and you're just gonna
No?
slowly, you kind of take off like parallel to Cronus and Neptune as like a scouting path.
Sure.
Knowing that you can get some distance, but not get closer to the ships. You know?
I'll like fire the engines for like 5 seconds and then just
Yeah,
let frictionless
ride
momentum
that.
carry us. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice 40 kilometers an hour school zone speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some cruising speed. Okay, Oracle. Back at the system, you have enough. If you would like, the scanners are beginning to come online. So either you can work to remove those, which will prevent your team from being able to pinpoint that, or just start working on the virus if you want.
I'll definitely try and turn the array off,
Okay. So,
or
yeah.
at least not try and turn it on.
Yeah, you just don't power up the array, and you just have the base computer systems and engine guys running, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you'd like to, you can make a decipher roll as you work your way through hopefully the last
14.
level of this. The 14. Yeah, just over the difficulty. You get in there, work your way through that last level of security. You, with help of that secondary voice within the computer, you've worked your way around the blockade that came down, and you finally feel that last section of this program open up to you. And at that moment, you begin to see the information on how this thing works, all the systems that it's connected to. You see that it is connected deep into your point drive, as well as your navigation systems, as well as your scanner systems. And then frightfully, you see that it is connected to your life support systems.
Oh.
And in that moment, you notice that if any of the other systems were turned off first, life support would automatically disable as well. So now you can tackle that however you like. You have control over these things. It'll just be continued decipher checks as you work your way through the individual parts of it.
Okay, yeah, can I start removing its control from the other systems?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can continue to do this with advantage.
Okay.
Now, which system are you working on first?
Well, considering how important it is, life support, but that's a 7.
As you're starting to work into like severing that thread to its life support systems, you notice like a third voice within the computer, and you can feel that there is resistance to your actions and awareness of your actions, and you find yourself right on the brink of triggering that system itself. Can you roll a finesse check for me?
Not successfully. That's a 9.
And right as you catch that you're being watched by the system itself, you notice that like a millisecond too late, that it is triggered. And fearfully, you hear that background hum that's always there cut out. And life support is off.
Right. I scream throughout the ship because comms aren't working.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in your suit now, get in it.
Would we hear that up on the deck?
I would say most likely it's a pretty
Okay.
small ship.
Yeah. Then I'll fucking run.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Umber, you know from having bought the ship that you have within your suits, so like just passively, about 6 hours of air. But in the ship itself, I believe there is a calculation based on your resources and everything about how much life support you can actually have. So what that works out to be is 4 hours per max crew size and empty storage. And that's split by everyone. So you guys have max crew of 6, and I don't think you have anything in storage right now.
No.
No.
So
No.
6 plus 8 divided by your crew members is how many hours of life support you have. I can even type that
14
in.
divided by 4.
Mm-hmm.
So like 3.5 or something. Is that right? Did I do that wrong?
What'd you say?
Yeah, 3.5 hours each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
right.
But your suits have 6 built in, like just stocked
Do I-
ready to go.
I don't impact that number.
No, that's true. Divided by 3, because you are
That's a good
you are
point.
not alive. That's
Nope.
very important.
4
Just
hours
over
and 20
4.5.
minutes.
420. Don't blaze it. You'll run out of air. So,
Jack doesn't use oxygen.
I don't think so.
Better not.
And probably not enough to warrant a major fluctuation in that.
If he did, it is an airlock.
Yeah. Okay. So, you guys stood up, working your way into those systems. You now have approximately 10 hours of life support each. Oracle doesn't need it, doesn't matter. And so now you know you have
ship there one way or the other.
Yeah, you have a fast approaching timeline as far as finding something in space that you don't know where it is before setting off an alarm that people can find you with. So Oracle, up to you how you would like to tackle this now. You can try and bring that system back online. It's very difficult at this point because it is absolutely in the control of this virus.
Yes.
Or you can go back to the virus itself.
I'll go back to the virus and see what I can do. Restrict this control over the rest of the ship.
Okay. And additionally,
I'm gonna go
third
to-
option is you can just turn everything back on and get going. You know, solve the problem by not running out of air by being somewhere where there's air. But
We are okay
will
at the moment.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, so continue to decipher checks on the main virus itself.
How
many-
20.
A 20.
Nice.
So at this point, you have full access to the controls that it's working on, and you are able to sever those tethers from the other systems that haven't been affected, and those can come online, including the scanner, and you have those coordinates that Finn has given you, and you are able to send them off.
Yeah, I'll do that. And am I like able to just like quarantine the virus so it doesn't have access to anything after that?
Yeah, I'd say with that roll, that's essentially what you've done. Like the only thing that's going to happen is it will send out the next coordinates that you send it, because that
Yeah.
distress call is like that's baked in. But you have fake coordinates that you fed to it.
Yeah.
So
I'll do that.
okay.
And the comms come back on for everybody.
Yeah, systems start to come back online, with the exception of
Nice.
life support, which is still kind of worrying. You
Super
hear like
awesome.
computer beeps, this thing goes on, but it's so weird to hear those without the background of just that slight hum of oxygen being recycled. Yeah, and everything starts to come back online, and scanner sends off a fake signal based on Finn's roll of a 7.
Perfect.
We're
All right, let's get to this port.
yes. Let's get there quickly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in, out of the room, slightly dented head.
Yeah, just the membrane squished back
Yeah,
together.
like literally, it looks like I just popped a huge pimple. It's
Oh,
like all,
God.
all
Jesus.
ripply. Does this look okay?
Yeah, it looks great, Cap.
Is that what we're? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, sure.
Oh, good. I was
But do
I was a
you
little self-conscious.
you don't own like a hat or like a bandana or anything?
What? Why?
Because I think it would be a cool captain look for you.
You know what? I did see one of these hats before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down this. I'm gonna go in my room and take a huge pirate hat, the one
To
that's
your
like
human
way
collection.
too big.
Perfect.
Yeah, from Captain Crunch. Stick it on my head. It's like a foam one I got from Earth. Eh?
Cap. Wow.
Wow, that's right.
We thought you looked good before, but
We,
forget
You know
about
what?
it.
oh,
I thought it might have been a tad too big, you know, because it is wider than my shoulders. But now that you think it looks cool, I'm gonna like sit on the captain's chair. Now I feel like I can actually sit in here. I'm gonna like do a little twirl.
Like a real captain. People
Yeah.
always have.
And then Finn, go on mission.
And
You
yeah.
heard him, Finn.
yeah.
Yeah, both of you, Xenon and Finn, as your computers come up, you start to see things blipping onto your radars, little bits of space debris floating by as little pixels on your screen. And between the both of you, if you would like to, you can both make navigation checks to figure out what all these options, what all these things are, and then it'll be up to Finn to hopefully fly to them.
16.
Okay,
And I think Finn rolled really well.
like super high.
I'm just
Super high.
He's
God.
just catching up on all the levels that the rest of us have.
True.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
I think you should hit that refresh button just a few times.
Sure.
Get that RNG back into
refresh it a little bit. Yeah, it was like an 8.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So Xenon, you're able to start navigating in on some of these points, and you find the one given to you on the job, which is a Proto Station, which is it's mostly just hanging out in the vast dark of space. Like you guys are really far away from Cronus, the black hole, not really affected by its gravity, probably pulled to it faster than your ship's speed was going in the somewhat opposite direction, but well outside of its actual zone of influence. And so is the station. And Xenon, you're able to pinpoint it, send it over to Finn's display. Finn, if you would like, you can, depending on how you like to go, finesse or agility, and you can start piloting your way in that direction. Finesse
I'm
more
gonna
for accuracy
stand awkwardly.
and agility for speed.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to stand
do
behind Finn and
finesse.
just point things out to him.
He's just like, something's not going well
14.
right now. 14. Okay. Yeah, and you're able to count yourself on track based on the navigation that Xenon gave you.
Thank God.
It's that one, Finn.
Yeah, no, thanks.
No worries.
No, super helpful.
Thank you. I know.
And was it finesse or agility that you rolled?
Finesse.
Okay. So you guys don't move top speed or anything. You're able to, as you see other things that are orbiting around this black hole, little bits of debris and things moving, you're able to work your way around them, no problem. Don't contact with anything. Moving just a little bit slower, knowing that life support is still ticking away. And at this speed, you know that you'll be there within two hours, and we can kind of fast forward through that. But yeah, Oracle.
During that time period, aside from trying to get life support to work again, can I also keep track of the Imperial ships to see if they took the bait and jumped?
Yeah, so this would be more navigation stuff, but if you want to like ping Xenon to do that while Finn's keep you guys on course, then yeah, Xenon would just have better chances of tracking that down. I bet you could send you the data and you can work with it. So.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm trying to make sure everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely look while we're heading out.
Okay. And yeah, for Oracle, it's a high difficulty, but if you would like to keep looking at that virus,
Sure.
you're pretty sure there's like a 5% chance you'd make it worse. So that's not very terrible odds.
Okay. I'm assuming at this point it's no longer at advantage.
Yeah, I would say for this specific system, if you were to do other new things in the ship, that would be fine. But for this one, not so much.
Okay.
With
So-
this shutdown piece.
Yeah, is it just the cipher?
Yeah, just continuing decipher rolls.
Oh, that's a 22.
That's it.
Okay, that's very good.
That's it. That's it.
No.
You just begin working in tandem again with the second voice that like every time like you kind of go off course a little bit on how to navigate through this thing without it, detecting you as well. You just see this thing guide you in a slightly better direction, just a little bit pushing you along. And you find your way sort of through like the beginnings of a black hole for this virus and working your way through it. And you start to see how it's actually affecting the individual systems and that it's more mechanical than solely digital or electronic in some way. That these things are potentially solvable at the sources of these systems, but potentially also solvable here. And Xenon, did you make that navigation roll?
Yeah, I got 17.
Yep. Okay, so 17. I would say you guys still don't have like a long range scanner. So at this, you're kind of like just putting in a bit of mental math to figure out where they could be. And then you do get a successful unknown ping that there is something. Like if someone were to scan it and they were, drifting dark, you wouldn't get this basic ping, but you get the ping that there is something with an irregular motion that's not just following gravity, and it's very distant past where Neptune would be.
Okay. Good stuff.
Okay. And you guys continue your trip, and Oracle, if you would like to, you can just make 3 consecutive rolls as you continue to go through this thing.
Oh, that was almost a natural one. So that's a 12, a 21, and a 16.
Okay. Yeah, with all 3 of those, you're able to fully figure out how this virus works. Like that's 3 successes. You're able to figure out that Basically, how it's working is it's reacting to anything that would have turned the system back on, is immediately turning them back off at the source. And there is like a little virus attached to each of these individual machines that just receives like a little blip from inside the main system that just says like, if receiving power to turn on, turn off. So it's just a very simple virus that's tucked away nowhere near the source. And so if you would like to, for the life support systems, you can go to those and physically check those stations and just remove them with a pretty simple decipher check. And those systems would be, for life support, there would be, I think on your ship, you would only need to worry about oxygen and water recycling. So just 2 systems. You just have to make an 8 or higher roll to disable the virus at those locations.
Okay.
I believe in you.
An 11 and a 14.
Okay. Just over the next like hour and a half as you guys are traveling through space, you diagnose all these things and you feel pretty certain that these things can come back on with a flick of the switch.
Well, I think I've mostly fixed the virus problem.
What do you mean by mostly?
Like, it's still in all the other systems, but at least it's not active.
That doesn't sound fixed.
It mostly.
Oh God.
You did a great job, Oracle.
I agree, Oracle. You'll be pleasantly surprised with the stars by your name when you come up.
Your brother's an asshole, Xenon. He's
That
ruining
part's
this
true.
beautiful ship.
He's not. Yeah.
I
he's
don't know if
pretty
the ship was
bad.
ever beautiful though.
I don't know if you
It-
saw that paint job.
But it was before you scratched it.
Paint.
True,
is
yeah, the
the
lasers
beauty.
luckily didn't hurt anything, did they?
Oh, yes. I'm also going to have to fix that later.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Oracle just starts, like, mumbling to himself as he's walking back to the back bay.
Okay. Do you attempt to flip back on all the life support?
Yeah.
Okay. You do so, and they don't respond until they do. Everything eventually comes back on. And yeah, without fail, you do actually hear just that slight hum come back and just comforting you in in the darkness of space, which is a piece of metal between you and death. That hum is just a security blanket that welcomes you. And the only systems that you know that are somewhat affected are your navigations and scanners. But the last thing that your scanner was sending was a fake coordination anyway. So, and from Xenon and Finn's work on the navigations, they don't see anything specifically awry at the moment either. So things aren't so bad. And at this moment, you get pings on your display, Finn, that say, "Would you like to board with Proto Station?"
I accept.
And you see the Juniper's Eye information sent, and you are accepted aboard, where your ship is pulled in tractor style directly in. No, not even a docking bay situation. Like you see, like this like large cylindrical area just like open up like an eye and welcome you in. Where from there you see a little platform come out as you guys pull into a dock, and this entire space opens up a little tunnel in there where you would dock inside. And this is like a much more industrial mechanical station than some that you've seen in the past. It is heavily like inside, it's heavily rusted, and you see stains from different like coolants and fluids everywhere. But this is like the space equivalent of a truck stop, and you're able to pull up inside however you guys would like as you arrive at your destination.
In a like hour-ish, I was just cutting like paper, like coloring it yellow and putting the U right beside the C that's on the Captain Crunch hat for Captain Umber.
There you go. You got
It's a bit off center, but that's what I've been doing.
But it's honest. And with Captain Umber's new hat, do you guys go aboard Proto Station? And Xenon, you have more information about how to find who you're looking for.
Yeah, so crew, we're looking for someone named Torvis Dax. There's a note here that would likely be at the Derelict Swill, which I assume is a bar or something. So I think we should go find that. It's 400 credits, but it doesn't say if it's per person or per job. And I know that one tripped us up last time. So let's try to make sure maybe it's per person, because that was really cool. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll maybe do a lot of the talking, Cap, this time, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I like that.
Great. And Finn, yes?
I was just going to say, do we know if there's shops or anything like
Yeah, I don't know if these are like the best shops, but I'm sure there's shops here. Like, you
Well,
want like a
I think you should
souvenir or
check to see.
something?
No, I want to. You should probably check and see if they have a blaster. You still owe me for the blaster of mine that you sold.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't forget.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
Yeah, you said you would, so I just don't want you to be a liar. And also have your family chasing us, trying to kill us. That's 2 strikes. 3 strikes, you're out. So out the airlock.
Yes, but I am the first mate, so probably I'm not just gonna get put out the airlock.
Maybe.
As I pass her, what do you think?
I do a
Umber's
double
daring.
take as he takes my side. What?
The pirate hatch is giving them like
It
pirate
changes.
vibes.
I'm also gonna take Jack with us and tell Jack, this looks like a place for some delicious snacks. And if you want to just wander off while we're here and get something to eat and meet us back on the ship, that's okay.
You know what? Make a suggestion, Jack.
Great.
Are you trying to infect the space station with this
Yes.
gremlin?
Yes, she is.
I just trying to feed my pet. Okay, hold on. What is my suggestion? Got it.
Is he not a double agent? What is
16.
Yeah, you feel like as best this thing can express, it eyes you, it eyes the space, it eyes all the metal around it, and you see if it could, it would waggle its whole body like a dog's tail in excitement, and it's wriggling to let go of you and get out of your
Perfect.
grasp.
Yeah, I put him down on the ground.
Okay, and it slithers off with a slight metal scraping, working its way somewhere into the little greebles and science fiction panels all over this entire space station as it happily begins to eat on someone who is an Umber in your ship.
I
Nice
really
try.
can't help but think that that's going to bite us in the ass later.
Everything
can't-
we do does that.
Okay, that's actually a good point. Yeah.
I grab my
Alright.
things and get ready to go to the bar.
Yeah, I assume you guys kind of stock up suits and weapons, everything you need just in case, and make your way off into Protestation, which is a lot more just like incredibly compact, modular. Everything bleeds from one room to the next. You see very small like maintenance tunnels that are acting as also where you would walk and where people that would just be hanging out at the station would just go through these cramped little hallways. And everything is very much efficient at this edge of space because repairs are short and infrequent, and so you can't be wasting a ton of space with frivolous stuff. And as you guys work your way through some of the first areas within the protestation itself, you find you're working yourself essentially a ring that is this entire building, and you going from one end of the tube to the other, looking for the place that is yours, working directly through the walls of each individual place. And you find yourself with ship resources as one of the stores, so if you needed to, you could stock up on any of the resources you would like to. And as you guys are passing your way through, you can just mark it off the credits and fill stuff up in your ship inventory, and you'll continue on your way until you eventually do find the derelict swill. So if there's anything you would have liked to pick up along the way, let me know what it might be. And I would say the only thing that you are unlikely to find here is potentially, I would say, luxurious things. This is definitely more of a truck stop. So anything that is, weaponry, maybe, but anything that is like just fancy, you're probably not going to find it.
Fair.
Yeah, I think we should just do the read.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
just fill it up, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 70, so it takes us down to 100 credits.
Can we also pay somebody at the truck stop to maybe fix her ship?
Yeah. So how much were you missing for health wise?
I think
We
we
got-
were at 6.
Yeah, we got
or
down to
15.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
So nine.
a repair kit is one resource for the most part. There is a fix kit, which is for 50 credits to instantly heal D4, but times 4. So that gives you kind of an idea of how much it would cost to fix it yourself. Paying would be a little bit more, but it wouldn't be a D4. It would be the full 12 to have that healed, but it would cost you closer to 70 credits to get someone to do it for you instead of rolling with your unprofessional hands. So up to you. You could buy a fixed kit for 50 or 70 to just have 12 healed.
I don't know about you guys, but I think we should just pay professionals to do it. I think we have the money.
Yeah, do we have enough in the ship fund?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Including buying resources?
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, it's
Sure, yeah.
definitely the best option.
that. Agree.
Great.
See if they'll touch up the paint that Finn fucked up.
Absolutely. I will try to negotiate with whoever is the maintenance crew to
Yeah.
also touch up the page.
Just roll a suggestion check for me. See if they'll just throw that in.
Excellent. 11.
Okay. Yeah, as you're actually talking with another Fentaric like Umber, who instead of having the full body is just like pretty much a membrane with just room for like the little wood metal legs. So he's just like almost like a little spider, where in his hands just sort of like holding different like wrenches and stuff, like attached to like a magnet strap on his back. And you see a crew of these similar looking Fentaric slimes and just like membrane orbs with metal legs and tools just kind of scramble their way all over the ship, give you like 40 thumbs up as they all work their way over to your ship. You see one of them right away starts painting with a pretty close shade of orange. That's not quite exactly right. But everything else starts getting patched up, and you see that they start doing work on the ship itself. And once you guys leave here, you'll be able to add the 12, but before then it's still being done.
Okay. So I've taken the credits off, but not added the...
Yeah, you've paid them, they're starting it, and hopefully they'll get it done in time. So as you guys work your way, you eventually do find, as you walk through the side wall of one of these shops, you see the derelict swill and like a neon light as you work your way through the wishing doors, and find yourself in exactly what you would imagine a space trucker stop bar to be. It is dimly lit. Everything is rusty and slabs of metal tables. The floor is like a riveted steel. You see like very much reminiscent of like biker gang like outfits on pretty much everyone here. You see like top metal straps over even like black metal, like rusted and scraped up suits of armor with like the head shields pulled back. Everything's like scrapped and dingy. Everyone in here looks incredibly gruff and burly. Most of them looking taller and larger than Oracle. Even the small like Fentarics there are somehow bulked up. And everyone here is menacing to look at. And you see that a lot of them on the one side of the bar are dressed in a very similarly like pointedly painted black everything, with just pinstripes of white and yellow stripes and circles in like different glyph-like patterns across this really scraped up armor. And one of them at the bar with a full head of like grayed hair and a big, like completely untamed beard with like bloodshot red face. And you see like a bloodshot eyes as you get closer to him. He begins to turn your direction, Xenon, and you notice it to be the same ID of the person in the job as Torvis. That was the one you had to find to get more information about what you'd be doing.
Cool. I'll go up to him and extend my hand and say, hello, Mr. Dax.
You see he ignores you for a moment and just takes a long drink out of a very thick black liquid in a metal glass, or a metal not glass, a metal cup. And after a moment, it looks like pure oil that he's like pulling away from his lip. He just turns to you, looks you up and down for a moment suspiciously.
I am Xenon Zink. I'm here about the job, the delivery. Neptune. My crew is back here. We're really good. What are you drinking? Is that like a local delicacy?
Yeah, more of a home brew, I guess. Who you hear on the name of?
Oh, that would be Gasper Verilium.
Okay, I see. You guys don't look like the surfer type.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I just
Jesus
look back at
Christ.
Finn.
Oh,
No, but we're Finn
Yeah,
a surfer type. What does he mean?
No, you just keep going. You're doing great.
Okay.
If anyone would like to learn more, they can roll a knowledge check.
I already
11
know.
to see if you know who this
I know
is.
exactly what this fucking shit is.
I rolled a
I got a
0.
natural 20.
0. So Oracle's never
22
come
total.
across it. This may already been laid out in like the lore that I handed out, but if not,
Probably.
and Umber got a nat 20. So you know that this is a group called the Abyss Surfers, and that they, with a full 20, like straight up, you know everything that they've ever done. This is a pretty small, rowdy group of pilots and crew that work jobs in the actual like event horizon nearly of black holes themselves. They are specifically equipped and retrofitted with machines and engines that are designed to ride close to black holes and break free at a moment's notice without even using a point drive. They don't teleport away. They intentionally ride it for the thrill. They even have a motto where seeking the abyss is obliteration, and obliteration is beautiful. And all of them have these symbols on the armor that, as you're looking at it now, you see are pinpoints of lights of ships being pulled into black holes, which are the rings on their armor. And what look like just scrapes of black revealing white are actually like very intricate designs. And you see as Torvis looks to you, he goes, well, hopefully your ship is in tip top. We can, you could tether to one of us and we could drag it through and we can bring you where you gotta go.
Yeah. Could you tell us more about the job and where we're going? Why we have to tether to you?
I'm just here to bring you in. I don't know it. I know
Okay.
I know the name. I know the people you work for. They send people this way from time to time, but whatever's in the box that you're bringing, I don't know.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'll be good. Crew, any questions?
This is a bad
No.
idea.
No,
What?
the surfers are so cool. We get to be one of them.
I don't know if we get to be one of the. Do we get a badge or anything afterwards?
I mean, hell, like if you're able to survive this, yeah, you'll get a badge. We can do you up with the stripes, yeah, everything. Yeah,
What?
this
You're
is
not
That's so
listening.
cool.
You're not, Xenon, you're not listening to the whole sentence, right? If we survive. So obviously there's a.
Yeah, but
but we're good at what
Finn,
we do, you know. I gotta be honest there, brother. You look kind of familiar.
I don't think so.
Would you like to roll a guile check for me here?
Sure. Oh, only a +1. 5.
You see he clocks you and just gives you like a smile and nod, like, you know, maybe some of you are surfers.
No, that's not.
They are so cool. And I'm just like getting excited in my own little.
Your excitement is lost on me, Captain.
They are. How can you not know about them?
they are
They're like,
really cool.
yeah, they are so cool. Look around you. So we could be sitting right beside one and we wouldn't even know. But they are so cool.
Oracle, as you're like looking at the group, they are like, you can tell that there's like aged beyond their years by working this close to black holes. Like their skin is ragged. You can see like the capillaries around their eyes are burst red. There's like, even outside, they have like this almost like tattoo look of redness from the intensity, but more from how often they do this. And just pinpointing, like looking at these guys, like, yeah, you know every time you're near one of these surfers. There's no way to hide it once they've done enough runs.
Before I was on Juniper's Eye, Captain, I just did repairs on colonial ships. I've never met any of these people before.
Just imagine this, okay? There's a black hole, right? and then these
Yes.
surfers are like, "Phew," and then "Phew," and then around the black hole, "Phew," just like.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, with a
Yeah,
lot
and
more
then-
violence and rattling. Yeah, that's pretty
Right,
much
of
it.
course, of course. But think about how cool, and we can say that the Juniper's Eye is one of the surfers. How cool would that be? We'd be recognized all over the universe.
Not
Yeah.
full-fledged, but sure,
But honorary members.
sure.
Yeah,
And with
yeah.
your,
I'm sure there's.
what's your name there? And he looks at you, Finn.
My name's Finn.
Finn, that's right. That's right. I remember from the casts. Yeah.
No,
You
Do you guys know each other?
No.
no, he's your little Finn here. If you don't know, is kind of famous. He's
Yeah,
Mm.
we do
Well,
know that.
we can just move on from that, though.
You wanna-
You know, it's
No,
all
no,
in the
no, no.
past, but let's talk about the.
You talk
No,
about
no,
it a
no,
lot.
no, no.
Yeah, Captain.
No,
Him and
no,
I.
he
Listen,
actually
him
doesn't
and I.
talk about it at all.
Captain, maybe you should just shut your mouth. Yeah.
What's
but,
your count at? I got a couple dozen, but I know you were responsible for quite a few deaths, and I'm curious what that number was.
What? Wait.
Well-
Do I know the exact number?
Maybe if I don't know if you guys did this in your when you guys were chatting as a crew before, if you kind of like knew
we
exactly
didn't go into
everything.
details.
Xenon and Oracle did, I think.
I would say if you remember, if you did a knowledge roll about how much you know about him. If you don't, just roll knowledge now. And then Finn, it's up to you based on that how much you want to divulge.
This is 16.
Yeah, I mean, you could try and roll resilience to like hide this information, but
Sure.
or guile to just full on
Natural
lie.
20 on resilience.
Damn. So yeah, Finn doesn't budge. Like you know that he's guilty. You know this oracle with your roll beyond a doubt.
Allegedly.
But you can't remember the number, and Finn is just stone cold, not going to tell.
I wasn't
I'm fine.
flying the craft. That's what matters. Let's move on.
And shut.
Is that what matters?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Listen, we'll do the job.
If you
I'll
weren't at
fly
the
the ship.
wheel, where were you?
I was beside the person who was flying. It was my co-pilot. Listen, doesn't matter.
So your number's rounded down, I guess. That's about it. To half, because you're a co-pilot.
Sure. Yes.
All right. Well, I think now that we know each other pretty well, I think we could do this. So,
Super excited.
I'm also a pilot, so that'll be
what's your count?
more than Finn's.
You've killed more
really?
than Finn.
You've killed more.
Oh,
Well, let's talk
and-
about all the people you've killed. Yeah,
That's
sure.
incredible. I
No,
never would have
let's-
guessed. Yeah.
You know what? Sure. Let's hear her story. Go on.
Yeah, do you want to walk and
Xenon,
talk
yeah.
and bring into our ships? They're real
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Take
let's.
a look.
I'd
All
love to
right,
hear the
let's-
story about all the people you've killed.
All right, head out. And he just swirls to everybody, and they all stand up and they're like, "Yeah, so tell me." And you all start getting pushed along by these like almost like 18 guys and different species, and you see like for the first time like a pretty pointedly female Charukine who's just like got these like triple finned like fins going down the back, and that's more of a sign because they're jagged that she's an actual female. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to tell. And they're just more bladed as she brings them down and like pushes you guys towards the reversing out towards where the ship bays are. And Torvis. Yeah. So how did that happen there? How'd you get him?
I try to
Gunfights,
think
ship
of-
fights.
I try to think of just the worst stories that like my dad used to tell us when we were little about like and just retell one of those.
Okay. Yeah. Roll knowledge then, and just to
Great.
recall something that's true, and we'll see if they detect it.
Not great. 10.
Okay. You see that like as you're telling this story, he kind of gives you a knowing nod. You're like, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and he gives you a wink. Yeah, one of those. It's a famous tale. That's great.
When I was there.
Yeah.
Finn.
I'm gonna turn to Oracle. Have murders on the ship.
Almost all of us, Captain.
I'm just like now. I'm just taking a few steps back. Like, oh my god, they're gonna murder me.
The only one in a pirate hat. And you guys,
Yeah.
as you guys make your way to the ship bay, the Torvis, he just does like a loud whistle, and you see detaching from like the cylinder of this docking bay, a bunch of these ships come lowering down automatically, and you see these like almost like very big, stocky drill heads is kind of what they look like. These black ships with these like other like spiraling white marks on them. Most of them are genuinely just paint being stripped off from gravity or debris, and you can see that the black paint is sometime patched back on, but most of it just shows the wear and tear of riding, you know, the death horizon of a black hole. And these ships come down to dock beside yours, and Torva says, "All right, set her up," and you see everyone get into their respective ships, and there's a few of the other crews hop in, and they begin to like kind of like a little bit of a hoorah style, like let's get this ready, and they start getting the blood pumping. As Torvis looks to you in your ship, and he goes, "That's it, huh?"
Yeah, that's the ship.
Huh.
She's a beaut.
And you guys flew in on that, like you made it.
Made it the whole
Didn't
way.
even come apart.
Close.
Only took us a couple minutes of Venus.
Okay, I see they're doing some repairs here, so hopefully this was, you know, not just flight damage. You guys, something cool about that?
Yes.
I'll take it. All right. Another interesting tale, I assume. So I'll give you a quick rundown on how this goes. You got a package here, and he types into one of the consoles at the docking bay. And instead of the ship, one of these like little boxes comes down on one of these like hover pads that you guys are kind of used to. And you see a very secure, like huge metal cargo thing slide into the back area of your ship. And all right, seemingly this is your package. You're going to want to make sure that ends up at wherever we're ending up. I think I'm getting coordinates here. Okay, we're going to be getting a little close to Neptune, but definitely under the side of the under Cronus here, so hopefully he doesn't need us. That's kind of his jam. If you guys are ready, we'll grab tether your ship to ours. And Finn,
Yeah.
we're going to not want to increase that count today. You're going to want to try and follow our guidance, but you will be in most control still, so we'll be guiding your goes, but for the most part, you still got to be a good pilot. You can't be, you know.
Yeah, no, so I'll make sure the co-pilot doesn't fly.
Yeah, don't step away from the wheel and let people die or anything. So that would be pretty good. The rest of you, I would say buckle in. You're going to get knocked about quite a bit. You're going to be real banged up by the end of this. No matter how good we roll, I would say you're probably going to lose a little blood. Maybe not that one, but he points to the Oracle. You're going to want repairs for sure. So make sure you're tip-top shape, and we're going to go in maybe 5. And he climbs off into his ship, and you see immediately that everything kind of like they kind of point themselves towards exiting and driving themselves around, and then his ship starts waiting beside yours to activate a tether, which once you guys are ready and set up inside, you will accept, and you'll be locked in and ready to be dragged through the event horizon of a black hole.
Hey, Xenon, how much are we getting paid for this again?
It's 400 credits. He did not seem like the guy to organize the payment system, and I didn't really get to talk to that person.
So we don't. The one thing, like that main thing that you were supposed to ask about, we
You
never
killed people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
way worse
everybody
than
here
not
has tried to
texting
kill
someone.
people.
I've never
We've all
tried to
been on
kill
jobs before.
someone.
What are you talking about? Captain was firing at ships. What, to tickle them? What do you think you're talking about?
I wasn't trying to kill him. Just get out.
You
of
shift
here.
somebody. I saw you do it.
I'm not very good with that.
You're not very. You know what? I'm gonna take the high road. I'm gonna be nice today.
What is
You're not
this?
very good at much, though.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, I'm just going to go in there. Listen, just listen to Finn, and we're all gonna be okay. And I'm gonna walk into my room and I'm just gonna lock it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Captain, you might not want to be in the room with the giant.
No,
large
listen.
window.
No, he's finally
I'm
talking
gonna
some
comms.
goddamn sense for the first time in his life.
Listen, let's just get through the job, and then we'll figure it out this situation after. But let's just make it through the night. Yeah. I've seen no just
Okay. Umbrella goes into his room. I guess Finn, Xenon, you guys go up to the bridge, set up in front of the navigations. Finn, you see that request pinging on the display. Would you like to tether up?
I accept.
Similar to when you landed here, and you accept. And right away, you feel yourself glide into a little bit more of a central position based on where Torvis's ship is. Oracle, is there anything you would like to set up for station-wise?
Would I know if shielding would make any difference?
You know that it couldn't possibly hurt. As long as you guys keep some energy for, emergencies, with no harm in shielding.
I'll definitely, thin it up.
Okay. If that's I don't know if you guys upgraded your shielding. I don't remember.
You have shielding.
Just basic shielding.
Yeah.
You can. I think that's a roll.
Grants D4.
D4 shielding, and at the cost of 1 energy. A resource, sorry. And you can continue to stack them. They will fall off eventually, but if you guys want to keep pumping resources in to prevent actual damage, you can do that.
Well, I did roll the D4, so got 1 shoot.
Okay. Oh, okay. You got 1 shielding. All right. So yeah, up to you guys as a crew, as you guys are prepping up. Did you pull your integrity, the current? Is that plus the 12 that you
Yeah, we maxed out again.
Okay, you maxed back out. So you guys have 1 shielding, and then you're down to 9 resources. Is there anything else you would like to do as you go? It will take 1 resource to take off, so that'll also be 1. Yeah, if you like to, you can use them on the fly too. No problem.
I do, just try and talk to the ship computer since it was acting funky earlier. Is this something we can survive?
You see suddenly that secondary voice in the point drive's pink light, it somehow reflects into this voice when you're interacting with it. It's somehow through your interface with it, you could tell that it's that same color, and you just see it begin to think, and you can feel the sensation of this other voice thinking, and it continues to, and basically an ellipsis comes to your mind, and you feel that it is in the process of something. Finn, you guys hear anyone in the bridge and that would like to, you hear to the bridge comms, whether or not you're tuned to that, comms spark up, and you hear Torvis connect with you saying, all right, we're all good to go here. Everything's ready. Our engine, I definitely recommend you guys shield up occasionally. Our engine will mostly be blasting around you, but to keep us out of the black hole itself, you may take a little sprinkle from our heat. So just keep that topped up, or you'll be getting a little warm in there. And just follow our lead. We're gonna be doing some banks and turns. Just try and react quick and keep on your toes. Anybody who's in there, definitely strap down. You're gonna get thrown around quite violently, and hopefully you don't lose too much blood and life, etc. So,
cheers. Thanks.
All right. We got about 30 seconds.
Turn on the mag boots.
Yeah, I'll definitely strap in.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
4 point. Fuck it.
Okay.
And then, we're not on comms at the moment. Finn, you seem really hesitant to do this. Is this a really bad idea?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Well, then should we not do it?
I mean, we're here now, aren't we? There's a decent chance we're gonna die or get sucked into a black hole or whatever. So
Well, I thought you were the best pilot ever.
I mean, I'm a pretty good pilot, yeah, but
You act like you're the best pilot ever.
it's
So
a black hole.
do it.
That's I can't tell honestly if you're trying to gas me up or what, but this is not a fantastic pep talk.
It's not a pep talk. I'm just saying. You think you're so good? Here's a great opportunity to show it.
One thing that's great about being so good is not doing things like this.
All right, you guys, here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. 3.
Here we go.
If you're ready, 2.
So ready.
Think of tomorrow. Always tomorrow.
Today sucks. Let's go.
The abyss is beautiful, and the beautiful is in obliteration. Everybody, here we go.
Here's my
Yeah.
killer.
You all of a sudden feel a very familiar feeling, similar to when you activate the point drive. The world becomes rushing around you as you zip suddenly towards the black hole, and within a split second, this gut-wrenching feeling that normally stabilizes does not. And within a moment, you are suddenly within absolute darkness, and nothing but the black hole itself remains in front of you. And then suddenly that image freezes as if the computers around you are frozen, locking in a singular image, and light is no longer moving at full speed around you. Things are moving slower and slower as you approach, and the ship begins to rattle desperately. I would say, so how this is going to kind of work is they are going to be rolling their navigation, and you want to roll within 8 of that. Is how you're going to be maintaining accuracy of their movements as they are reacting to the gravitational waves and debris as you are moving through a incredibly dangerous space. As Xenon and Finn, you probably picked this up. Around the edge of your periphery and in your navigations that are starting to like sparkle out, you see the telltale sign of dozens of gunmetal blue Imperial ships locked into that freeze frame before you guys delve into the lightless area of this black hole.
Perfect.
And for a moment, you realize suddenly why you have to go this way. That things can't see in here just the same way that you can't see out of here. And that this is a heavily patrolled area, and you are going somewhere to deliver a package beneath the eyes of the Imperium itself. And at this moment, you feel that incredible rising in your gut as you begin to feel the ship rattle very dangerously, and you hear the comms spark on for a second, and Torvis just says, "Okay, here we go, big bum coming up," and all of a sudden you feel your entire ship being pulled in the direction of their navigation, and they rolled a 16. So you want to roll within 8, so 4 on either side, basically, of that, or you'll be taking damage.
Perfect. And sorry, what am I rolling exactly?
I would say this is finesse.
Perfect.
There may be situations where it's more about agility, but for now, finesse.
Okay. 18.
18. Okay, so you feel it, and all of a sudden, like a little bit of that intuition on how this works. You feel like that tether, which normally is pulling you into something stationary, like just docking with a ship, for the first time is pulling your ship in a direction that it wasn't intending to go, and you're kind of guiding along with it. And you do it perfectly. And inside, you guys feel a quick rumble where you're about to be torn out of your seat, and then you're perfectly still. As Finn pulls you right into position, and you aren't thrown asunder within the ship itself. And you know that if these rolls go badly, you guys will potentially be thrown around inside, taking damage as well as the ship. And you begin to pull very viciously forward, and you can feel like that roller coaster sensation as you're pulled up and down. And the ship begins to rattle so loud that like speaking to one another like verbally would no longer work, and it's all comms from here. And it's getting incredibly violent as you start to see for a moment the edge of space blink back in, and on Torvis's call he says, "Okay, they got a moment where they can see us, but we got to skirt around. Give us 1 second here." And for the moment you see space come back to normality, and the stars are zipping around you. Yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do?
I'll go on comms real quick, just to Xenon, and be like, "Hi, I'm just thinking about it. I don't have a way to strap myself down in my room. Do you think the captain's just bouncing around in there?"
Most likely, yes. He has that huge plushy hat to hopefully help, but I might just message him and see if he's okay.
I mean, we'll find out eventually.
I'll comes through to Umber. Cap, how are you doing?
Fine.
It's just something's up with Umber right now.
All right, you're being really brave.
And at that moment, Xenon, you start to detect your ships pinging other ships, which means other ships can be pinging your ships. And Torvis comes back on the display and said, "All right, we got about 15 seconds before we're back in the dark. We're going to have to react to this or they're going to see us. Can you make a decipher or finesse roll to work on changing your output? And I would say, Oracle, you may want to help with this as well, depending on Xenon's role, to maybe disable the scanners for the moment as you guys are working through this. So I'd say roll together.
All right. While that's happening, though, I will calm to Captain. Captain, I'm probably gonna need your help down here. Said it was decipher.
Yep.
16.
Okay. And Xenon's?
21.
21. Okay, right in time. Xenon, you send the signal to damp down all your output scans, and at the same time, Oracle, you feel that there are pings coming off your system, and you've worked with this system for hours today, and you know like the back of your hand, and you flick everything off right as pings are hitting you. Hopefully, you think in time so that it's not sent back to their system with your ship's information. And then you guys dip back into the dark, and you feel, Finn, like that pull again, and the whole ship begins to rattle like crazy. And Torvos comes up on the comms and says, all right, here comes another, and we're gonna do another roll.
Yep.
And again, this is a 16, so 4 on either side of that.
That's a 9.
Oof. Okay. So we're just going to be taking some damage here as everyone is thrown around. So this is going to hurt. Everyone's going to have to make a strength roll to stay in their seat or take the same damage as the ship is taking now, which is just a 1.
Okay.
So this will be ignoring armor because doesn't matter how much you're wearing. If you're thrown from one side of the room to the other, you'll smash into your own helmet if it needs to be.
Aren't we all strapped in, like in our seats and stuff?
So this, when you miss by that much,
Yep.
is going to be throwing you like the full force of these engines in opposite directions. Because you missed by outside of that window by 4.
No, but is my chair broken and going across the room with me? What's happening here?
Okay, true. Okay, so I heard some of you say the magnet. So I was assuming for magnets, you're just
I'm in
strength.
the pilot seat. I'm just fucking.
Any straps you have, I'd say if you have another system, maybe advantage. But if you're just hoping on one system alone, it's just gonna be a single roll.
Just the robots using fucking mag boots.
Yeah.
Lunatic.
19.
Hey.
I'm a lunatic.
Okay, all right.
I feel either way.
Captain coming down.
Maybe I just headbutt the fucking controls.
yeah. It's not like everything's ripped away. It's just shaking enough to take, and it's again just 1 damage. It's just like you got yanked, you pulled a muscle. It's not the worst thing.
I got an 8.
If we get a 1, that could be a different story. But so everyone that failed is just taking 1 damage. Umber, are you in your room, or are you making your way to the mech bay at that moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak past Finn and Xenon.
Okay, sure.
And I think that's finesse, right?
Well, sneaking would be guile. So if you wanted just to try and be
guile,
deceptively
okay.
sneaky, you could roll that. And then you're going to have to roll.
That's a 60.
Okay, yeah, you are very quiet until suddenly the entire ship lurches about 600 meters to the right in a half second. So could you, as you got your mag boots on, make that strength test?
No, I'm going to take the damage.
Oh, it's just going. Okay.
Because in my mind, I'm trying to crawl so that they don't hear me. So there is just no boots.
There is one frame where Umber is crawling towards the mech bay, and the next frame, Umber is crashing into the mech bay full speed, skirting across the metal plating of the floor.
Would I have heard
up.
that?
Oh yeah, I would say this is make an awareness check because the rattling of this ship is intense.
Is loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the ship take any damage, by the way?
1.
Shield.
Yeah.
This
This will take off shields, but it will be ignoring armor. They're pretty low rolls, so.
As I look, it's just like, ow.
Hello, Captain.
Ow.
Just rolls to a stop.
Coming here quickly.
At full speed.
I'm just doing the comms to Oracle. I had to sneak past them. I think Tommy.
Finn,
I'm gonna kill you.
did you see them?
Don't
I rolled a
say it out
6.
loud.
Oh, okay. So somehow he does sneakily make his way into the bay.
You might put it into the universe.
I need you to.
Did you hear Xenon? Xenon fucking murdered like 1 million people.
I'm pretty sure that was her. family. But
She murdered him for family?
No,
That's
no.
so much worse.
I'm pretty sure that was her family murdering. But I need
do you
you
think
to
this is-
work the shielding system. Gonna be too busy.
I can do that. Do that.
Okay.
I know. I have faith. I give my thumbs up. And go back.
I'm gonna
to
give
my
you a
work.
thumbs up, but I'm gonna use the captain thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Throwing a little bit of morale to him.
That's a 7. Sorry.
You don't feel any better with that thumbs up.
Do I
Umber,
get disadvantage on my next roll or something?
I don't actually think
That's
there
just an
is
auto
like
fail.
yeah, I don't think there's a fail condition for it. It's just
Yeah.
that's his next action. So he's giving you a thumbs up right as the next situation is happening and won't be able to apply shields until after because he was trying to give you a speech somehow. But yeah, so you're going to feel another shift in the ship as Torvis says again, like, here it comes. Oh, that's the wrong die. And it's a nat 1. So you actually feel this pull pulling you in deep left towards Cronus, the black hole, and you start to feel, Finn, that this is absolutely bad. And coming up on the comms, you even hear Torvis just saying, like, "Oh shit, here we go!" And he gets pulled in against the drive's will, and you see even just everyone through the windows, like the drive that's keeping you out of the black hole's pull starts sputtering out as it's fighting too hard. And you see the ship vibrating so fast, you see 2 ships in front of you. And yeah, you want to roll with innate to stay in that tether. But you could choose to, if you roll high, to break free and be lost from that tether and not go in the direction they're going. So it'll depend on what his next roll is if they get out of it too. So
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a way that I can help him, not go completely opposite direction of the tether, but kind of guide and almost try to pull him away and guide their ship away.
Yeah, so I'd say be trying to get in the range of, it doesn't have to be within 4, but you want to be in that closer range, because we're kind of playing the dice as more of range rather than success or fail.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, yeah, I'll try. 11.
That is pretty far. I would say at this
Can I
point,
choose to not add my bonus?
just let Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah, that'd be 7 with no skills. No, I'm just
So you can make the choice here. You can follow their path and you will still be guided for them by the next roll, or break free, and you won't take damage in this round. But then you will be broken free. It'll be you getting back into their tether if you would like.
So I can still would I know if I can still get tethered again?
If you can get back in there, it'll still be a range thing. You want to get back into the range of their roll either way. So, but the choice now is to take damage or escape it and not take damage.
Fuck. I'll escape it and not take damage.
Okay. So instead of everyone getting hurled about and the damage getting torn just a little bit more asunder, for a split second you break out of the pull of the black hole, and you can feel that this is starting to burn heavy resources, and it doesn't take one away, but if you don't get back into the pull, your ship is going to be working incredibly hard to keep out of you want to get back into that tether soon. It's what's helping you not get sucked into the black hole. The longer you're out here, the more likely you're going to burn resources.
Got it.
And in that exact moment, Xenon Oracle, again, you get pings. And you do notice that there are 3 Imperial ships in that split second as you guys kind of break free of the dark side of the black hole, that there are ships slowly moving in a scanning direction in this area as you guys are kind of like a dolphin bursting out of the darkness. So if you can make Decipher, you can also make guile rolls as a way to fake your signals. Is something that you've been learning to do in recent bit.
I got a 16 Decipher.
Pretty
I
good.
got a 14.
14. So you both feel that you're able to shut down navigations just in time as you guys begin to dip back into the darkness, and then you flick them back on so you can find Torvis, and you don't think you've been seen. An Oracle in the back of your mind, can you make a knowledge check for me?
Sorry, pardon?
Can you make a knowledge check for me?
Probably not successfully. 2.
Okay. All that comes into mind is that those coordinates Finn gave you. That's all. Just something about them is itching to your brain.
Did
And,
the computer ever get back to me about my question?
and then yeah, as you're looking at the computer, you see that it comes back with like basically like smiley faces, check marks, thumbs up. And then you see ellipsis again as it's calculating. And so you know
That's
that
encouraging.
it likes this. It likes going this way. And then it goes into thinking again. And then Finn, we're gonna do another chase roll here and see if we can get in within that range. So thankfully he rolls a 14. You hear up on the comms like, all right, we got it there. That was real hairy for a second. That'll take a year off you, you bet. And so you want to get to a
Welcome,
14.
everyone. All right,
Within a range of a 14.
that is a 9.
So that's just out of the range.
Just outside.
So that's not the worst thing. You're just going to be taking damage.
Yeah.
And it's just a D4. So, just 2. So you guys can make your strength tests or take 2 damage if you fail. And, the ship will be taking the 2 already.
Do we go? Can you explain what's happening to the ship? Like, are
Every
we
time-
flying about?
Yeah, every time one of these things happens, like you are moving like hundreds of meters, if not kilometers, zipping in opposite directions. And you do have your magnet boots, but that is not necessarily what this is for. So yeah, you are being just like, you're being softly zipped about if you fail because you do have that magnet boot. If you have a second thing that you're definitely saying like, I'm locking myself down, then I'll give you advantage. But otherwise you're just being thrown about and taking damage.
Yeah,
So,
so-
Captain,
I forgot to turn my boots on, and then you just see me
Oh, no.
flying to the back, just like
Jeez.
ah!
Just get zipped away from the shielding room, from the shielding console at full speed, disappears. Did anyone else take damage on that?
I got 16.
16.
I got a 14. Is that a pass?
Yeah, that's good. We're just looking for 11s
Okay.
here.
I
Okay,
rolled an
gotcha.
11.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
good enough.
That's a pass? Okay.
Meet or beat to pass. So good enough. Everyone, Umber, you take that damage. But more importantly, you are now, you have to make a decision here. Are you rushing back to activate shields as turbulence continues, or are you taking a different action?
No, I'm gonna turn on my boots now, and then I'm just gonna head on over, and then just push the button
Okay.
if I have to.
Yeah, I would say make an agility test then if you're stopping to turn on the boots and see if you can make it back in time as we are going to do another chasing roll here.
That's a true.
Okay, so you do not make it in time as again we pull in a little too close to the dark side and Torvis rolls a 6.
6? Fuck. It's really difficult to get within 4 of.
Yeah. The upside is like if he's near the middle, it helps a lot. You rolled too good.
I got a 20.
A
Oh my
20. Holy
God.
smokes.
Yeah, I have a plus
That's-
4. It's like if he rolls a 6, it's really shitty.
Yeah, low is bad for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't so low that you're in a lot of danger,
Yeah.
but you did roll high enough to make that decision again if you would like to dip out of the black hole and risk being seen or just rattle about, take that damage.
We're gonna rattle this time.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that will be 3 damage to the ship and roll strength. I would say at this point, since you guys have kind of gotten used to the pattern of how this feels, you can also choose to roll resilience if you have that to brace yourself, if that's better for you.
Technically. 13.
17.
17.
Natural 20, so 24.
Nice. You feel even better. It's like the shocks in your leg just take the hit, and you're like, yeah, I'm riding the
Well,
storm.
he has no knees.
Oh, true, yeah.
Remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
canon.
That is not canon, right?
It is
Yeah,
canon.
I think it's canon.
He won't
It's
play
canon
this.
that Umber thinks you have no knee.
You have no knees. Yeah.
Yeah, as Umber's slowly walking back in, he sees your knees operate. It's like, what the hell? And Umber, you are finally able to make your way back to the shielding station. If you would like to use shields or do whatever you like. Up to you. What are you doing?
It takes 1 resource, right?
Yes.
Yep. You can use
Yeah, I'm
multiple
gonna-
as well if you like.
I'm just gonna use one.
Can I also use a resource to activate repairs?
Yeah, you can activate that.
I already marked yours too, so.
Okay, so you mark those two. Yeah, so you're down to 4 resources, 6 remaining. So how that'll work is at the end of the next 3 rounds, they'll repair that amount. So roll that d4 for this round.
Don't I have to roll something because I'm the mechanic? For
Oh, if you
repairs?
want to get the bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is for you because you have like a passive knowledge about these machines, being part machine yourself. You can roll instinct or knowledge.
20.
Okay, so that's an additional 2 healing per 4, right? So I think that's
Yeah,
let me make sure
4
this is right.
above the test, or each 4 above the
Yeah, and you beat it by 9.
plus 4 then.
Yep. Yeah, so +4 plus whatever you're rolling.
Okay, and it's a D4 you said?
Yep.
I rolled 4.
Holy. Okay, so yeah, that's 12, right? You guys are full?
Yeah, we were only missing 5 health on the ship.
Yeah. Okay, so you're super full. As you send out little drones, and in your own interface, they're able to guide them to the perfect spots. You see everything sealing up, patched up. You see literally like planks of metal that are lying about in the mech bay get picked up by little repair drones and zipped out, paneled in. Everything's getting patched on the fly from the inside. So this is a little bit not helping your appearance of your ship, but they're working through the hull to slowly repair any damages. And you're back to full. So you can hold the next 2 for whenever you want to use them. For the next 2 charges of that. As again, we'll do another chase roll, and we did not break it out into space, so we won't need to worry about navigation for this one. And he rolled a 14, slightly nicer space for you.
It's more centered, which is nice.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a
man.
10.
A 10, right within 4, so you get right back into the tether, smooth sailing, everything goes well. And you hear him come up on the comms like, "All right, I see you. You got me dead center. This is looking real good. We're just about done here. We're almost at the edge of their recon zone, so we'll be out in just a moment. But here comes another doozy."
Don't slip too deep this time.
And you do feel he starts to go down as he rolls an 8.
Jesus Christ. 22.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I should be doing this. I roll have
That
a lot
isn't
less
close.
finesse.
Yeah, what's that difference there? Is that 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay. You do again have the choice.
We're
if you would
rattling.
like to go out or rattle.
We're
Um,
rattling.
I would
He
say
said that we're near where we want to
we're
get in
near
anyway.
escaping.
So I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
rattling.
I will say that the decision here is it's going to cost. It's like this is a big gap.
Yeah.
So you're going to go way outside his tether toward the black hole, or way out back into sense space. So if you're going in, this is probably going to be 2d4 damage if you're going that far in. Oh, we lost him.
That's so upsetting.
Oh my god!
Question broken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
it's
could have
just like
died.
I'm so done. Actually, you know what it is? It's he chose the black hole. This
And then that's him going into the
Yeah.
black hole.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Well, I'm up next, so
Yeah.
I'll make
The G-forces just get to him. He blacks out.
So,
That takes
what does
forever.
the first mate say?
I say that we can take it. I think we just healed the ship and
He did,
we're
yeah, he
doing
did
okay.
just heal back. So
Yeah. Well, are we going black hole or outside?
Going in it.
In or out?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Burp.
okay.
Right into the black hole we go.
Into the black hole we go. 6 damage. So again, strength or finesse, or you're taking 6, and 6 to the ship.
It's strength or finesse.
I got a 12.
It's an
What is up with
18
Ooh, I
these
got
on his
a
strength check.
16.
As I
Okay.
get back to the shield.
It's a shield button. Zips right back. Xenon, did you pass as well? Okay, so everyone but Umber is just getting thrown around like a rag doll. And I would say at this
much
point,
damage was
Umber,
that?
like, specifically, this is like affecting you worse because your head is inside your head. Do you know what I mean? You are a slime living within a box, and you are getting thrown around twice. First your body, then your brain, and that's hurting you quite a lot.
And it's also broken.
yeah, and as you hit it a little bit, you feel like that as you kind of squish your membrane back together. Every time you slime smash back into it, it opens just a little bit more, cracks just a little bit further. But then,
Did you say that was 6 damage?
6 damage. Yep. And we'll take our final chase roll here at the final stretch.
Come on,
Well,
sis.
can I use one of the repair charges? It just got
Yes. Yeah.
whooped.
Yep.
So do I have to roll again, instinct, or is
Just
it...
a D4. Like
Okay.
you've already applied the 3 charges. You already get that bonus, so you almost don't even need the D4 at this point.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
Okay. So what was it? 8 plus 3. Yeah.
4 plus 3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Feels back to full.
Yeah. And you feel again, Finn. You already see it. You can feel like in advance the tether shaking too far black hole side. It rolls a 5.
Oh my gosh.
He's trying to kill us all.
Yeah. 17.
You gotta make that decision. That's a wide gap. It's gonna be double damage or out for a while at the very last stretch of this thing.
What the fuck's our ship sitting at right now?
It's back to full.
Is it back to full?
Yeah. And you have one more charge that'll take you probably.
Oh, fuck
back to
it, yeah. Rattle, baby!
full.
I'll just go.
All right.
I'll go on the call and be like, strap in, we're going in for another one.
And it's only 3, a 2 and a 1. So
Oh,
make your strength or resilience tests and see if you rattle about. Umber, I assume.
Oh, that's a natural.
Okay.
Ooh, I was just hugging the wall. I'm just like this, like along the walls, and just kept me glued there.
Then, in addition to your natural 20, you get to pick what you're doing now. If you have an action you want to activate right now, you can do anything you like.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just imagining like the ship is going to get blown the other way, so I'm just going to push off and just
just
go
ride
towards the
away.
button.
Nice.
And just hold on to the safety section.
Okay. Are you activating a shield, or you can wait to do it? But up to you.
We wasted a shield, right?
One went down. I don't know if you used
Yeah,
another one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. No, I won't activate. I'll just be there for the next.
Just waiting. Okay. And at this moment, we are just rattling through. This is the final stretch. You've passed that last distance, and now you're just trying to follow him out. So at the very last chase, this one is going to be a little bit of a wider margin of error because you're absolutely going out.
Okay.
Your instinct should not allow you to go in towards the black hole. So he rolls a 12, right dead in the middle.
This is going to be where it all goes bad, though, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Give me that natty 1, baby.
Nat 20.
No.
No way.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Well, okay.
For a total of 24.
Yeah, but what is that? Yeah.
It's 24.
But with a nat 20, it does count as more of a success rather than the number. So I would say you're able to wiggle that into what you want it to be because you also get an extra action. So if you want to roll agility or finesse, whichever one you would like, this will just help you boost through and out and give you an advantage on the other side.
All right, I'll roll another finesse then.
Okay.
Which is a 21.
Okay.
22, sorry. I have plus 4 now.
So you kind of like anticipate his movement and you almost go a little too far and then you catch back into the tether and you break out. As you see yourselves ripping out of space at incredible speed, you see star swipes around you. And then you see Neptune in its full glory being zipped away and eaten by Cronus. And finally, we break out into space. And Oracle, on your display, you see warning signs. And Xenon, you begin to see it as well from your own navigation system as you break out that there is pings of the Imperial ships. And you hear Torvis come on and say, "Ah, shit, the fucking imps, they found us, we gotta go." And you see him take off to the left. But Oracle, on your screen, you see in a pink glow words that say safe haven with a home picture over and over and over. Just a house with a fence keeps picturing up in front of you. It says safe haven, and with a question mark. And
Yes.
it's asking you yes or no. Oracle, you tap safe haven. And Finn, as you're rolling the wheel of the ship,
Yeah,
feeling
just
the controls,
following this guy.
following Torvis,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you feel everything jerk against your controls, which is a feeling you've maybe never felt like this before, because it doesn't feel like gravity's ripping it away. It feels like
Right.
someone is taking the controls from you and pulling them away. And in that moment, you are drifting towards Neptune. And then suddenly, full speed, one resource burns. You almost see light zip
Xenon?
by as if you're using a point
It's not
drive.
me.
And then suddenly, within a moment, you appear in front of an asteroid rotating through space with a very small cylindrical piece of metal and a dark hole inside as your ship is being tethered automatically against your will, against your controls. Can you make a finesse or, finesse, I would say, to try and take care of this?
Yeah, I'll roll finesse. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You feel in this moment that if you wanted to, you could break away. But as you look around you, you see Imperial ships. And Xenon, you start getting pings of Imperial ships. And in this moment, you see the darkness inside a metal hole within an asteroid. And Oracle, you feel the word safe haven in your mind as the ship is bombarded with pings. What would you guys like to do? I think at this point, you're all pretty aware of it. Systems are going haywire.
Yeah. Can I see where like the fucking guy I was following went? Like, can I see him at all?
Completely out of your view. You don't even see, like, in your direct viewpoint, you don't even see the planet anymore. As you like look behind you, you see it's like real far back there.
Yeah.
And you've zipped into a new area.
Fucking shit piece of junk ship. And I gun it towards the opening that I see. It's the only place to fucking hide, so.
Yeah, okay. Xenon, you see individually, as you guys get close to this asteroid, you get within its doors and they don't close behind you, but you dock inside as the tether kind of grabs you and pulls you sideways. You see airlocks zip, and you can still see the outside of space through the end of this thing. The full light of space as this asteroid hurls around, and one by one, you see all of the ship lights and your navigations blink out, and nothing seemingly is scanning you at the moment.
Cap, Oracle, what's happening?
What the fuck's going on with this goddamn ship?
It just keeps saying safe haven.
What do you mean it keeps saying safe haven?
Who? What's saying that?
Juniper. Yeah, Oracle's computer.
You're all fucking talking like that's just a normal thing that happens.
And on your displays in front of you, the warm kind of glow of, well, not even warm, the bluish glow that you would be used to turns into a warmish shade of pink. And out on the display of the drive and computer itself, you just see the words appear on the screen. Home, welcome home, safe haven. And with that, we're gonna end it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. This is the Heist and Crimes of Juniper's Eye. This is our pre-final episode. Catch the actual finale in the next one, and we'll see where this job has taken them next now, as they have drifted their way into an asteroid at the will of some kind of artificial intelligence within their computer.
Didn't reach it
Just
for
Another
black
day in
paper
Juniper's eye.
Just another day.
names. Totally normal.
Yeah. We're the casual ones. We stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. And occasionally we do other stuff. We would have recently done a Extra Life thing, so you could have caught that. Maybe there'll be a VOD out. Maybe we'll have it on YouTube by now, maybe not.
And this coming weekend, we're going to be at Fan Expo.
This is true, in Toronto. There could be more, and I don't know.
There are a lot of fan expos. We're going to be at fan
Yeah.
expo.
There's only one happening this coming Saturday.
Probably just one at a time, right? I don't know.
Yes.
But don't forget to join us on Thursdays.
Yes, Thursdays we do D&D. That's our mainstay. Doesn't never changes. But next month we'll be doing Cyberpunk as of September 1st, and we'll have a new D&D campaign replacing Juniper's Eye on Tuesday. So watch out for that. Okay, thank you, everybody. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I know.
Bye.